Thank you for coming to see me. I'm really sorry, but Dargie just left a few minutes ago when she found out that you were actually coming.
Oh, that's okay. I know what teenagers can be like. Now, I've come here today because you've asked to speak to somebody because you're concerned about your daughter's behaviour, and I just wonder if you could give me some idea of what those concerns are.
I'm just really worried because we don't know what's going on. Sometimes she seems to have these mood swings. On occasions, she'll be locked up in her room, not wanting to talk to anybody, just wants to keep herself to herself. And then on other occasions, almost like a snap of a finger, she'll be really hyper, really kind of wanting to go out, wanting to stay out and so on. And at this moment, that's what she's like.
Okay.
The moment she found out you were coming, she was out the door.
Right, and exactly how old is she?
She's 14.
Right, okay, so sort of teenager type behaviour. So you were saying that she often stays out late.
I mean, this is one of the things that really concerns me. But when she's really high, having these periods when she's really outgoing and so on. I mean, that's the only way I can really describe it. She stays out till quite late.
Okay.
And that really worries me for a 14-year-old, you know?
So you're thinking that she stays out quite late. I mean, can you tell me what sort of time she's staying out till?
Well, I mean, it's really tough for us. I mean, up until about 10 in the evening, really.
10 in the evening? Well, I suppose a lot of British children would stay out till about 10 in the evening, wouldn't they? And sometimes later than that. So, what is it that's concerning you about the fact that she's staying out late?
Well, it's stuff like, her education. I mean, if you take that, for example, I mean, staying out that late on a school evening is obviously having an impact on her studies. And that does worry me because, you're aware that in this society, for a child to get ahead, they need a good education. And staying out that late, is causing an issue.
I suppose that children do need to have a social life as well, don't they? I mean, sometimes, I've worked with other families like yourself who seem to stress education quite a lot, really. And I think it's important that there's a balance between education and social life as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I mean, still, there has to be certain rules within a family, wouldn't you agree? And I mean, I've sat down with her, really sat down with her and tried to compromise, but it doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Can you give me an example of what a compromise might be for you and your family?
Well, we've sat down, say, for example, this issue of going out late. I mean, I accept what you're saying, but you have to kind of take on board our concerns as a family, that staying out till 10 at night isn't really on. Do you know what I mean? And so we've sat down and said, well, let's see if we can kind of if she stays out till 10 o'clock, that's fine. But after that really does worry me. And it's having a knock-on effect not only on her. I mean, we've got younger children as well, and they're watching what's going on, and they're thinking that they can get away with that as well.
I'm sorry that she's not here, actually, to hear her opinion, because I think it's really important that we do hear what she's saying about this. And I can see, listening to what you're saying, that you're quite concerned.
Yeah.
What I suppose I'd like you to think about, really, is that, there can be, for some families, like your family, an overemphasis on education and pushing children to achieve and, constraining them, making them fit in, when possibly their white friends are staying out till later than 10 o'clock of an evening. But maybe, you can have a think about that, and we can try and make another appointment and then come back and have a conversation about it together. Okay. If you would like to make another appointment, maybe you could contact the service, and I'll come back again at a time that's more convenient for all of us to meet together. It's important that her voice is heard as well. Okay.